Welcome to Decades of Horror, the 1980s.
The autopsy categorically excludes an extraterrestrial being. His molecular structure includes him in the human race. Even.
This is episode 299, recorded November 24th, 2025.
Gruesome Magazine.
Was that Snagglepuss?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That does
somewhat.
Like
yeah.
I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's not aliens.
Yeah.
But okay. My name is Jeff Mohr. And this podcast is about horror films released between 1980 and 1989. Each episode, my co-hosts Bill Mulligan, Crystal Cleveland, and Chad Hunt and I will tackle another classic or not so classic film from this radical, gory, influential, and gruesome decade. First up, joining tonight is Crystal Cleveland, YouTuber and actress. How you doing, Crystal?
I'm great. It's okay. So I know that this is airing at a different time, but it's Thanksgiving week. So it's a great holiday because generally it's pretty quiet. Really?
Yeah, it's the Monday before Thanksgiving, as opposed to recording on the day before Thanksgiving, which would have been the normal.
Okay. So it's only a couple days. Oh, happy Thanksgiving!
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. And by the time it goes live, we'll be saying, hey, let's have a great Christmas. All right.
That's right.
I mean, hey, let's have a great Christmas.
So,
Feliz Navidad.
we're always fine. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Yeah.
Also with us is Chad Hunt, comic book artist, co-host of Decades of Horror, the All of Them. How you doing, Chad?
After this movie, broken mentally.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Really? Really? I don't know
Fair,
about broken,
fair,
but anyway. And last but not least is Bill Mulligan, writer, director, special effects guru, all around nice guy, and the published author.
Oh, yeah, I've got books.
Rob.
And more on the way.
Rom?
Yes, Rom and Vampire Hunters, an incomplete record of personal accounts.
Oh, is that new?
It's an anthology, yeah.
He has
awesome.
a short story in it, yeah.
Yeah, I have a short story in that
That's
one.
neat. Good job, Bill.
I expect another one, I think, before the year is over. Should be in my hot little hands, so I'll have to I'll be able to shuffle them like cards.
You do have hot hands.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's hot.
Yep.
Well, like we said, we're all gearing up for the holidays, and you know what would be better prepare you for the holiday feast than a movie about zombies, an Italian movie about
Italians.
It's weird because they say vampires, so I don't understand.
They say a lot of things.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll talk about that. Depends which translation you get.
Right.
All right. So, Decades of Horror partners with Play Now Media, and we've got a promo code for them. They have a lot of different niche or subgenre streaming channels. So, and in fact, Decades of Horror of the 1980s is on the Wicked Horror TV channel. And we have a promo code, which is DOH80, DOH all caps 80. And what you get for that is 20% off your first payment. The monthly plan is $7.99 a month. So you would get $1.60 off your first month. But if you signed up for the annual plan, which is $60 a month, you'd get $12 off. So it's only $48 for an annual deal.
That's for yearly. You said monthly.
Did I? Okay. $60 annually. $12 off. $48.
$48.
I appreciate the correction. All
right.
I was
happy to do it.
What's that?
I was happy to do it.
Yeah. Sure. All right. Yeah. For the uninitiated, on this podcast, we start out with some basic details of the film we're covering, followed by first impressions of the movie. Oh, we also do some taglines and posters to see how this thing was marketed, and then just move on down the road. We come to the fork in the road and we take it. who knows where we end up.
And we'll
Yes.
spoil the crap out of it. Just watch us.
And we're going to spoil the crap out of it. So if you haven't seen it, you might want to go check it out. It's in a variety of places, among which there's several on YouTube. I forget where else we found it, but it's out there. All right. So what is our topic tonight? Aha!
Yeah.
Nightmare City from 1980, directed by Umberto Lenzi, written by Antonio Cesare Corti and Luis Maria Delgado and Piero Regnoli. The cast includes Hugo Stiglitz, Laura Trotter, Maria Rosaria Omagio. Would that be an H? I don't know. Francisco Rabal, Mel Ferrer, and Stefania Diamario and Pierangelo Chivera. The production companies are Delci Film, Lotus Films International, and Televicine South America. Is that what the SA is? I don't know. DCV. And it was a 3-country origin with Italy, Spain, and Mexico partnered on this. The release date was December 11th in 1980 in Italy and November 18th, 1983 in the U.S. And the synopsis: an airplane exposed to radiation lands and blood-drinking zombies emerge armed with knives, guns, and teeth. Not all of them, but most of them. They go on a rampage, slicing, dicing, and biting their way across the Italian countryside. And that's one of them right there in that big close-up. They have a variety of looks.
It looks like a bunch of makeup artists were locked in separate rooms and told to make a zombie with no idea of what anyone else was doing.
I'd buy
Yes.
that.
I agree.
All right. Well, this is Bill's pick. It's time for first impressions.
Bill,
Just
really?
Bill, why did
You're going down, Mulligan.
I can't believe this was your pick. Wow.
So a few months back or so, one of our listeners, had a suggestion for the band Cometa. I think that's how it's pronounced, and that kind of jogged something in my mind that I had seen they did a song I quite like called "It's All Right, Baby," and someone had made a YouTube music video of it with the dance sequence of this movie. And it fit about as well as anything else would, actually. You know, the music and the visuals were completely not appropriate for each other, which made it kind of work. So I thought, what the heck, let's give it a chance. I hadn't really seen this. I had seen parts of it. I saw the opening and I think I saw the ending, and I had absolutely no recollection of the middle. Now that may just be because the middle is just endless repetition of people getting killed by whatever these things are: zombies, vampires, zombie vampires. I discovered that Umberto Lenzi actually got a little hot under the collar when people called this a zombie movie. For him, this was his version of, I don't know, Silkwood or something. He thought he was making a grand statement about the dangers of nuclear radiation. And I mean, that's an important thing. But if you're going to do it, don't make it about a bunch of zombies that hop off an airplane and start killing people. It's interesting. They're not only fast zombies, but they're tool using zombies, which I think was, they're smart. But I mean, I wouldn't let them do my taxes, but they're clearly smarter than the average zombie. They seem to have goals.
Some are well dressed.
Yeah, some are kind of natty dressers. And I don't know. This is just, it's got some interesting parts. It just doesn't, there's not a lot of meat on it. Once you get past the opening and the crazy premise, and I just waited for, something else, it's just, and here's another scene where zombies kill people or whatever. If you get killed by the zombies, you come back as zombies, which to me screams zombie, not radiation infected homicidal maniacs. But Lenzi insists it's not a zombie movie. But if you have all the zombie tropes, people are going to call it a zombie movie. And it's got the greatest cop-out ending of all time. I'll just leave it at that. I mean, think of every bad ending you've ever heard of. And there's variations of bad endings, it was a dream all along. There's a little bit of that. That's, oh, look at this planet we're going to be on, Adam. What do you think, Eve? Okay, there are these Twilight Zone cliche things, and this one pretty much takes one of them. And I could almost hear the collective groan from the audience when they were in the theater watching, and that was the ending. But it's not one of my favorites. It's got but it's got some good parts. It's just so odd. It's a very odd movie. Why are they Tool using zombies? I don't understand.
Because they're not zombies.
They're
vampires.
Yeah.
They're vampires.
Okay.
It said vampires.
Who said vampire?
Where
Not my version.
Where did it say vampire?
Yeah, I heard the girl call him a vampire.
Vampires. She called them vampires before when they entered the church, and they do drink blood. They drink blood. They drink blood. That's what keeps them alive. And then they're bitten, and that's how they turn.
Okay.
Still,
Yeah.
that's the same thing.
I totally agree that's what they are, but I missed when they called them vampires in the movie.
She said, remember the lore about vampires? They can't enter a church.
That's right. You're absolutely right, Crystal. You're absolutely right.
Oh, wow.
Which
version
but that turned out to be
watch?
incorrect.
She definitely called
Oh,
him.
I believe you. I believe
Yeah.
you. I'm just saying, because I didn't hear it didn't mean I was totally not there.
But if they are vampire, there
It could
is
be different though.
they're
like
as badly done
translations.
as vampires as they would be as zombies. I mean,
Oh, no,
the only
I
thing
agree.
they have in common is that they drink blood, and I guess they can infect you. They're out in daylight.
Yeah.
They're
Oh, the brain thing. See, that's more
Mhm.
zombie than vampire.
Sure.
You have to actually damage their brain. It's really oh, sorry. We're supposed to be doing first impression.
That's all right. No, but listen, I will say this. I do love the idea of an airplane just opening up and a bunch of zombies spill out and everyone just loses their stuff. And it's such a goofy way to start a zombie thing. No explanation, just because I've been to the airport. Remember when airports used to be like special to fly on an airplane, but that's all
Okay.
changed because now it's just they let everybody in, and people just don't know how to behave themselves. So zombies, yeah, why not?
Yeah, I liked it better when everybody wore a suit when they got on the plane.
Yeah, that's right. And they gave you real food too, not a couple of crackers and peanuts.
I appreciate it, Bill. All right, Crystal, fire away.
This is the first time I saw this movie, and let me tell you, it's no Fulci Giallo type film, like what you're going to expect. I mean, it does have elements of that. Obviously, it's Italian. It's subtitled or dubbed. And I don't know what happened at the beginning of this film. I don't know if it's because I come from a military family, but this movie pissed me off so bad. It freaking made me so, because I'm like, this dumb bitch, she's not going to listen to her father when like he is some major high up in the military. He sends someone to come get her, and she's like, I'm like, okay, I fucking hate this movie. This is stupid. Or her dad is just really awful, because let me tell you, that would have never been a thing in my family. If my dad had said, that's it, we wouldn't even ask questions.
Oh yeah.
It would just be a done deal. And then the stupid bee, when her freaking husband calls her and he's like, I need you to do this. She's like, oh, are you just getting all jealous? I mean, what? The writing of this movie is awful. It's awful. And I don't mind Fulci films that don't make any sense. Okay, that I can handle. And it's funny and it's ridiculous. But this is trying to make sense, and it's awful. So that's, I think, what bothers me the most is I see now that, like when you said that guy was really trying to make some sort of statement, and he fucking failed, horribly, like so badly.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
15 minutes, we're good.
and I'm just like, that's insane. Admittedly, though, there was a turning point for me where I said, okay, because they just once the daughter died, Deservedly so for not listening to her dad.
Yeah.
I was just like, okay, and I started letting it go. And like some of the conversations, like her husband when he's like that dog we keep hearing and we never see. That was funny. Like it started getting worse and more campy, and I started liking it more then. And
It felt like there was just some neighborhood dog barking, and they kept recording sound.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that's exactly why I think that was so funny. I was like, that's funny.
That was not. Yeah.
Yeah. I like when things are self-aware. Okay, I mean, think about this too. But when I think back of when I was mad, this woman doctor, okay, her husband doesn't seem like a person who just calls her work all the time,
Right?
And yet he calls her, and she's just like, the lack of respect she has for her husband. I'm like, why are you married? She's like, I'm busy. Shut up. Like, obviously there's a let me tell you, Sean never calls me, but if he does, I'm going to answer. And I cannot stand people that treat their spouses like that.
Yes.
Because it just shows such a disgusting
I agree.
way.
And look, my wife works at a perfume factory. But if she called me up and said, listen, don't ask any questions.
Yep.
You need to leave the classroom now and take as many kids as you can fit in the car and drive to this location, I'd be like,
okay. Yep. I mean, I that just bothered me. I'm like, what kind of relationship? Just the whole thing. Not great. Okay. Yeah. It had some good nudity. I didn't mind that. That was good. It was
always appreciated.
Yeah, that was appreciated. And it did get funnier. And see, once again at the end, I was like, oh, okay, so he's just gonna let this day play out again, even though he already dreamed all that. Really? So, yeah, I have feelings about this film, but I kind of, after I just gave in and decided that this was just a turd, then it wasn't so bad. Yeah. It wasn't so bad. Not that I expected it to be good, but I did expect something a little bit more. I think if it had been more abstract and not trying to tell such a straightforward story, I think that would have hit better for me. That's all, I guess.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Thank you kindly. Mr. Chad.
Oh, he's got an Excedrin headache number 7.
Well, he's trying to keep from turning into the Hulk.
Dun, dun, dun,
I'm with Crystal on that. This movie pissed me off. The ending was so horrible. They showed it to us twice. They showed it to us twice. I just hated everything about this movie. And it's not the dubbing, because they're actually mouthing the words in English, and the actors seem to be speaking English. It's just horribly written. The zombie makeup, or whatever the frig you want to call these things, they look like doo-doo monsters. They look like they were just holding the zombies upside down and dipping their heads in the outhouse. Hole in the outhouse.
They did.
And it was horrible.
Some were diarrhea, and some were a little more firmed up.
I guess it was terrible. And I hate when people have the heads of the monster all made up, but the hands and arms here are untouched by anything.
Yeah,
I hate that so much, and it's just a small consideration that would have taken it such a long way. I hated the characters. I hated the general's daughter, or whoever she was. I hated her and her husband. I was so happy to see them get killed.
Yeah.
By their friends who just drove up and just decided to kill them. I hate this movie so bad. So badly. I hate this. I hate it. It was an hour and a half long, and it felt like I was being punished in the biblical sense. Because time slowed down to a crawl, and it was terrible, man. And I try not to harsh on anybody's movie,
Mhm.
but this was bad. This really was bad. Because I know what it's like to get a movie made and get them, and so the fact that it was made is the only thing praise that I can give it. I can't believe this got made, but yeah, but I do like the idea of an airplane landing and zombies just come out. I like that idea.
Yeah.
It sort of reminds me of The Strain a little bit. From the Guillermo del Toro's The Strain.
Yeah, I loved The Strain. Yeah.
Yeah, so I did like that idea. I didn't like how it was executed here, but I honestly can't think of one thing that I could say good about it other than that. Yeah. And this isn't revenge for you guys making fun of me for all the suckers that I've picked.
It's not
But,
revenge, you said?
It's not revenge, but yeah, this was just terrible. Terrible.
Him saying that it's bad is not revenge, but my picking it might be.
All
I'm
right.
not denying it.
So depends which end you're looking at. So I noticed where I get the images from that I look at, they always have samples of the subtitles. It had 2 images of the exact same shot with and the subtitles were different. And I don't know, I need to know right away, where was the nudity? Because I didn't see any nudity.
There was
You
nudity.
didn't?
Oh yeah.
Oh
No,
yeah,
not
there
in the
was.
one I watched. Where was the
Oh
nudity?
yeah,
Copious amounts.
there's
Oh
quite a
wow!
bit.
I guess I'll have to watch.
And
I gotta watch it
yeah,
again.
a whole boob thing, like.
Yeah, so it was on Wicked Horror TV, actually. All right. So what do I think of this movie? Yeah, it's terrible, but I was kind of laughing at it. I kind of thought, first off, there's that horror trope. My wife says it every time. Somebody will tell somebody, whatever you do, don't move. And she goes, well, they're not going to stay there. Because they never do. They never stay where they're told to stay. And so I thought right away, she's not going to do what he told her to do. And she doesn't. She immediately goes out the back door and stands in the middle of the yard watching a lawnmower run around without anybody pushing it.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then the same with the other one, the doctor who won't call her husband, although, so anyway, or won't answer the phone. So those are bad. I too loved when people got nailed for the dumb stuff they were doing. And the zombies are just this wide variety of almost looking human to just being 100% poop faced. They're just
Yes.
they're just covered with brown chunky, or I think they're supposed to be burned by radiation. It's probably what they're supposed to be. But and then there's some that are in between that have like green scabs all over them. I don't know. They're just, it was interesting. And they are, whenever Lenzi talks about it, he talks about atomic vampires. So, hey, but the rest of the world decided they were zombies regardless of what he says. All right. Yeah, it's not a good movie, but I kind of had fun
It's
with
not
it.
it's not like I said, it got better once I,
Yeah, you
Gave
have
up.
to. Yeah, don't be looking for good stuff. And apparently Stiglitz was well, before we do that, there actually are some of these things we have. So that means it's now time for taglines with Chad.
No way.
There are taglines.
way.
There are indeed.
Oh, geez, look at this.
Oh, come on, Chad.
Okay.
They weren't going to put your quotes on the posters. They had to come up with some of their own.
The nightmare becomes reality.
Which is the final line of the movie.
That's
If you-
fine. Final line of the
really.
movie.
Kind of gave away the ending there.
I was
okay.
more like the nightmare's finally over. It's the end of the movie. Just when you thought the dead were buried. Yeah, what?
Okay, but they're not
But they were
dead.
dead.
They're
I mean,
not dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
no,
gee, I wonder why we thought it
they
was a
don't
zombie
actually
movie.
ever really like die. They were always like they immediately transform. I can't really say that. Yeah,
That's a lie.
that's crazy. Yeah.
The most horrifying film of the undead since Night of the Living
Okay,
Dead.
lies. I
Oh.
can't even let you get through that lie.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I can't.
I was hoping somebody would break in.
Chad, I respect you too much for that.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. And here's one you're gonna love. They're
Oh, no.
back.
No, is that
Oh.
really one? Is that
Oh,
really
wow.
one? That's funny.
Yeah.
Well,
That's-
let's see. If that was out in 83, no, Poltergeist was there here, right? And Poltergeist 2 was there back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was quite a ways away. I don't know. Anyway.
Oh yeah. Poltergeist 2 really ripped this one off.
Yeah. Now they're everywhere. There's no escape. Andy. Okay.
Can I put my bullet in my gun, Andy?
For real.
Don't get caught alive. You'd be better off dead.
Huh?
But it's not a zombie movie.
No.
It's not. Umberto Lenzi's full of crap.
Ripped from today's headlines. That's what it is.
And that's been Taglines with
Chad's
Chad.
our hero, cool and rad. With him reading taglines, they can't be that bad.
I forgot
Cha,
that was
cha.
coming. I was like, whoa. Oh, yeah. Okay. There we are.
That sounds
Okay,
like me.
so posters, we will find out the many ways this thing was
How do you polish a turd?
tried to soul. I was going to
Perfume.
put
Yeah.
all right, so here's one, which is apparently Asian
Yeah.
of some sort.
Looks like Japanese.
DVD cover.
Kind of like it actually.
Yeah, if something like that would have been in the movie.
More visual pizzazz than the movie.
Probably
is.
was. All right. Well, that's the first one. Then that's Nightmare City. This one is Nightmare City with a ghoul on the front, and I don't know. Is that supposed to be recognizable? And helicopters and jet airplanes in the background. Yeah. And that's a Blue Underground DVD cover.
Oh, interesting.
One of the craziest zombie rides ever. And that quote is from Sex Gore Mutants. Imagine. And here we have Nightmare City, the Arrow, British.
Okay, that's fair
Really?
though. I mean, that is him and her and the plane and the city.
Yeah, and zombies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
you
no,
can
vampires.
see
Vampires.
Yeah.
the zombie
Weird.
vampires are natty dressers.
Yeah.
And then we have La Invasion de los Zombies Atomicos, which
Invasion of the atomic
is,
zombies.
yeah, that's in Mexico.
And I like this graphic. Just
I'm
'cause I
okay
like-
with that.
I like-
That woman, yeah.
Yeah, I like the way they show the rotting flesh and everything. Is
They spent more money on the posters. Well, maybe not. Let's see. What else do we have here?
no. Okay. So here we have
City
so
of the Walking Dead. Wait a minute.
Contrast her makeup with this one. With
Yeah, that's that's poop.
he's the poop emoji. It's the poop emoji. The movie.
That's just
You
plain
get-
poop.
Mel Ferrar's name in big letters. Other than that, don't
I'll bet
get
he's-
caught alive. And
I
that
bet
is-
Mel was never so proud to see his name as you
that's
know,
got to be a US VHS or DVD or something.
I just feel like the makeup artist started slathering on the latex chunks and lost track of time or something.
Mhm.
City of the Walking Dead. That was a US alternate title, the dub version.
You know how steamed you would be if you rented this movie under like 3 different names and 3 completely
yeah.
different posters, and it opens with a plane
I know.
landing and
Who would
zombies
think
coming
that?
out.
City of the Walking Dead, Nightmare City, and Invasion of the Atomic Zombies would all be the same movie. City of the Walking Dead. They really like that one. Now they are
Mhm.
everywhere. There is no escape. That's kind of
And
an
this one,
interesting.
this one gives you the it's the apocalypse.
It's got that old school 80s horror painted
Yeah.
cover.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Thing.
kind of like this one.
None of
actually.
the posters are really all that bad. They're
Yeah.
probably better than the movie. Ultimately.
There's a Blu-ray Hard Times Blu-ray, which has that same woman, and then the
Right. And then a
I
couple
don't
of
know.
guys in spacesuits.
Back when people used to actually use airbrushes
Mm-hmm.
to paint movie posters.
All righty. Incubo, sulla città, contaminata, which was the Italian, which means nightmare about the contaminated city.
Oh,
Oh.
that's dumb.
That was the original
just-
title.
It's interesting to me that we all at least somewhat dislike this film.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's the first time we've been on such a consensus
Right.
in a
I
while.
like how
so.
they keep using nightmare, and you just assume that it's it's a metaphorical nightmare. Then it turns out the movie is actually a nightmare.
It was also known as L'Avion de l'Apocalypse in French, the plane of the apocalypse.
Oh, I was going to say birds, but okay, plane of the apocalypse. So it was zombies on a plane way before its time.
Yeah, I don't know. And then in Germany, it was Großen Griff der Zombies, the zombie onslaught.
Oh, Grossen? I was.
Anything you say in German feels like a physical attack.
It
does.
is.
It does.
Yeah.
It helps when you do it that way too. The Großen Griff. All right. Well, that's it for the posters. I thought I had. Here's the director, Umberto Lenzi.
We've done him before.
We have Cannibal Ferox, which is one of our most viewed episodes.
Yeah. He knows what people like. So he's an interesting director. I mean, he did a lot of stuff. He's one of the most influential guys in the cannibal genre.
Yeah.
With
Okay.
Eaten Alive. I mean, he really kind of started the whole thing, and then Diodato kind of stole his thunder. He did some giallo, Spasmo, Paranoia, and I don't think I've ever completely seen an entire. Criminal is an interesting little. I think it was one of the Italian comic books, the fumettis that they had. He's a supervillain who dresses up as a skeleton, and he's the protagonist of the movie, which I think is interesting. I don't know if I've seen the whole thing. I just don't really get a real sense of his directorial style or anything. Just that he's not afraid to show some pretty extreme gore.
Fumetti is a piece of art or that uses photography instead of actual drawn art to tell a story. Yeah, okay.
And they were cool. They were. If you can find some of those, they're actually cool.
What is that?
Fumetti.
Okay.
Fumetti.
If I was ever going to do a comic book, that's the only way I could do it, is actually take photographs and then stick some word balloons over it. But yeah, I just don't get. I don't hold him in the same esteem that I would Fulci, Argento, Bava. No, more. But I don't know. I haven't seen all his films, so maybe.
I'm scrolling through them, and I don't go by this entirely. But once you get up to the 80s, most of his stuff is ranked in the 3 and 4 stars, a few 5s.
Yeah.
But when in the 70s, there's a bunch of stuff with 6s, a couple 7s. I might have to check those. Spasmo gets a decent.
I mean, like rating. A lot of the Italian directors, he's a work for hire guy. If crime movies were popular, he did crime movies. If Westerns were popular, he did a few of those. He, kind of went with the flow, and that's true for all of them.
Right.
Bava, Fulci, and all of them. But it just feels like those guys, as they were making their Westerns or Peplum or whatever was the big thing at the time, they were improving. They were developing a voice. I guess that's it. I mean, I can tell a Bava film 10 seconds into it. I can, an Argento film is pretty easy to see, but a Lenzi film, I don't feel that personal voice. Not to say he's bad or, not an artist or anything, but.
Yeah. So I did.
Guys.
I want to talk a little bit about the zombies, because I felt like, I mean, they were fast and smart zombies, but yet it seemed like what happened in the film, and this happened several times, they burst into a room, like moving really quick, and then they'd stop, and their next step would be sort of slow zombie-like, and then the person would stare at them and scream and take off running, and then they would go fast again. It was sort of like, I don't know. We have to stop and face each other to get those two shots. Yeah. Of the faces.
Yeah.
And then,
they seem to be aware of the people filming them. So
yeah.
Was often said to be quite volatile on set, especially with actors. His favorite directors are Raoul Walsh and Samuel Fuller.
Who else are you going to be volatile with? The Key Grip, the best boy?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. All right. And Bill Ferrer he plays the general.
Look at that picture. Does he know he's in a bad movie or what?
We got a few Mills.
I did Shakespeare, damn it. Yeah. He was, we did, because we did Antichrist, right?
Mm-hmm.
And The Visitor. We did The Visitor too, didn't we? Boy, that was
we did.
And Island of the Fishmen. We did it under Screamers. Yeah.
And the Antichrist, did you get that one? Did you?
Yeah, and Eaten Alive. We've done Eaten Alive. Yeah. I mean,
did those.
Blood and Roses, I haven't seen in a long time. The World, the Flesh, and the Devil. That's another one. That's it's got a pretty good cast there. That was a legit Hollywood movie, I think. But at some point, he went off to Europe, made movies out there. Probably kept him living in a nice villa, and there's worse things to do.
Always.
If he's, he doesn't have a whole lot to do here, but he's fine.
I forget who else we did. It was an Italian director, and they were might have been Fulci, but he was complaining about how, it was all about the money in Italy, so that the producers would give you the money, but then you had to make the film they told you to make the way they told you to make it, and you just didn't get a lot of leeway in there.
Well, that's true for a lot of jobs. The person who gives you the money tells you what to do.
I understand, but
yeah, I mean, listen, hasn't that always been the great conflict?
They're not really selling. It doesn't seem like they're really selling the story for a movie. They're being,
I mean, cinema is more than most art forms. It's an art form, but it's run by businessmen, and that conflict, that tension, sometimes results in really good stuff, and often results in what they call a troubled production.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and Mel Ferrar is one of those guys that, I recognize him. I know his name, but I couldn't really tell you what specific thing I saw that stuck his in my memory.
What made him what was it that made him famous, other than being the Ferrar who didn't play Cyrano?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's got over 100 credits too. So, all right.
He's the name actor. He's not in it much. He just is in it long enough to put his name on the poster.
Well, no, he isn't. And he says one line where, and you got to remember, I watched the Italian version, I think. So I never once saw like a mistake. I think he might have been syllabalizing the Italian or something, because he says that line about how there are even more planes landing and we have orders not to tell anybody about it. And he acts like the tone of it is like he doesn't really, does he agree or not? But then he swings his stick across the table or smashes something on the table. And then you can tell he's pissed about it, like, here we are stuck again with this stupid orders. Mm-hmm. But that, I think that's a thing, Crystal, this is, it's pretty famous in Japanese movies, but I think in these Italian movies too, the military are filled with idiots. That's just the way it is.
Yeah. Well, the military, the military men are fine. It's the freaking daughter that, like, the dad is like, okay,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then And then the doctor. No, they're all idiots, really. I mean, they're all just.
They're not really very effective.
No. I mean, at least he did finally defy the orders. He's like, no, we got to do something now. You know, we gotta actually do something instead of like keeping this a secret. Oh, don't make it into something more than what it is. What the frack, y'all? Yeah, okay, I guess.
Oh my God, I forgot about the coal chute.
The what?
Was
Coal
that in
chute.
yours?
Yeah.
Yeah. She forgot to lock the coal chute when the other woman comes over.
Oh my God. Yeah, the friend, she's like, wait, what did you say? How did I forget that? And I'm like, and then
You go down in the dark basement and you don't even like investigate and look around.
It's just stupid. The whole thing's just stupid.
All right,
Okay.
here's Hugo Stiglitz, who I know that name, but I'll be damned if I would ever be able to pick him out of a lineup.
Yeah.
He'd be the ugly one.
I don't know why I know his name. I looked
Well,
at his
well, wait a
list of
minute.
movies,
Am I
and I don't
wrong?
think I've
Was that not the name of a character in a Quentin Tarantino movie?
Stiglitz. Yeah.
Yeah, he was one of the Inglorious Bastards, maybe.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think that's why I know it, but who knows?
I mean, he's
I tried to find a picture of him without facial hair. Good
Yeah.
luck. I mean, what has he got? 283 credits.
Yeah.
And I looked at a few of them, like under his name, and every one of them is his hair is unkempt and he's got a beard. This was him, Mexican actor, actually. Tintorera. I haven't seen that. Have you guys?
Never heard of it either.
Oh, I've heard of it.
I had to
always
research it for the Dragon Con Jaws exploitation panel we did.
I always give Doc crap about whether he's watched that one or not. The movie that dares to tell the truth, Guyana, Karayama, the Century. Oh, he was. Anyway, so
Damn.
you know,
He's fine in this. Actually, he's not terrible.
Yeah. He just mostly runs around looking concerned and tells people what to do.
Yeah.
You stay here. I'll go look.
I felt like they had no idea what to do with the ending, because
They didn't.
if you dreamed this very thing that was wouldn't you say, "Hey, wait a minute"?
Now, once you get there, yeah.
I mean, I just dreamed this whole thing. I know what's going to happen next. Yeah, the end of the movie.
He's in a time loop.
But he would know. He should have known he was in a.
Yeah. It's like, wait a minute.
So the woman in the picture is Laura Trotter. She didn't do a lot of stuff. She plays his wife, and she's a doctor.
Well, she didn't get the chance because you look at that bottom picture when she fell. I think she hit every piece of metal on the way down.
So
oh my god,
that was so funny. I was like, I can't believe they're actually going to make it out alive. Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I can't. Oh God.
She was like a pinball. So you just bop.
Back in the 80s, they didn't have cables to winch you up into the helicopter. I guess you just did that.
Throw a knotted rope out the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
They just took some underwear and tied it together, bed sheets.
So yeah, she did. What? Oh, wait a minute. What's this? No, it's Italian. A movie called The Warning. There's so many movies called The Warning, something or another. All right, and she plays the doctor, and she's just kind of aloof doing her doctor thing, and no, I'm too busy. I'm too important. I can't talk to my husband, even though he says it's an urgent emergency. And then all hell breaks loose.
Hey, can I just make a special recognition for the poster for Night of 1,000 Cats?
Yes.
They've got all these, hand painted cats looking snarling and everything. And smack in the middle is this little white
one. It looks like it's smiling.
Yeah. He's got a big Groucho Marx mustache, and then it's like the guy decided, I want to put my cat in this poster. Like,
Terror,
okay.
suspenso, muerte.
Suspenso.
Yes.
Suspenso.
Now
Guess that's
filmed
an
in
actual
suspense-o-vision.
Yeah, they don't. And then she's ready to just hang it up because the world's going to suck and why live, kind of thing. Isn't that kind of what she says?
Well, she gets her wish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then she
I mean,
changes.
she's not wrong. Come on, like,
Oh,
Like-
no.
but
I'm hanging on to the bitter end. They're going to have to come and hunt me down.
Somewhere, where did I see this? Well, we'll get to that here. Let's see. So Francisco Rabal, I'm guessing, is the colonel,
Yeah.
I think.
It was the other guy who looked like he actually had been in some
Major. He was a major. And he
He's
had
in Dagon.
Yeah. He's actually one of the main names there. And Sorcerer, which
Sorcerer
is
was
just an
great.
amazing film. And Treasure of the Three Crowns in 3D, which is not so amazing, but what are you going to do? Part of the big 3D revival in the 80s.
Tie Me Up, Tie Me Down. Where did we just hear about that?
It was one of the ones that was,
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember.
Created
exactly.
the NC-17 race.
Yeah.
So good. An unbalanced but alluring former mental patient takes a porn star prisoner in the hopes of convincing her to marry him.
what?
That's Tie Me Up, Tie Me Down. Yeah.
Okay.
And the studio thought they were going to get an X rating, so they were lobbying for this NC-17 because apparently there wasn't, I don't know. The distributors would not, most distributors or most theaters would not show X ratings.
Right.
Anyway, Ezekiel, yeah, well, I got to watch Dagon. I thought he was decent too, he's okay. I didn't get the whole deal with that one sculpture. What happened that one time where the woman comes back and the sculpture's laying on the ground with a knife in the head?
Yeah, everyone's a critic.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't understand. Yeah, the zombie took the time out,
Well, but then she just kind of ignores it and goes, she doesn't like finish looking through that room. She just,
Yeah.
I'm like, and then the next time I thought we saw that same sculpture later and it didn't have that in it anymore. But anyway.
I would say chances are very high that is exactly what happened.
Yeah.
So maybe that
rearranged.
should have been our clue that this was all a dream, that it was starting to have dream logic. But you know what? For a dream, an awful lot of time was spent with people, not the guy who's having the dream.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I have a dream,
right.
I am in every scene. I'm like Malcolm McDowell in Clockwork Orange. There's not a scene that doesn't have my influence in there.
Well, they bounced around between the colonels or the majors, I think the major's wife and the couple, the general's daughter and her husband, and then Hugo Stiglitz and his wife. That they seem to be, they would just jump back and forth between these narratives of until they all died. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I've never had a dream where I'm the camera and other people's scenes are floating around like an invisible camera.
Mm-hmm.
You're always seeing the actions.
I just watched Sorcerer not too long ago. Is he one of the leads in that? One of those four guys?
I don't think so. He might have been a bartender or something.
Could be.
Why didn't I get that? I thought I just clicked on it. Oh, well.
If I were an extra in a movie like that, I'd tattoo it on my back. I mean, that's a great movie. Underrated.
Friedkin, right?
Yep. Freaking.
Friedman. Freaking Freak. Yeah.
Say that 5 times fast.
Mm-hmm.
We should all get to throw our money in a
Yeah.
pot and make our next film in Wonder Vision 3D.
Yeah.
He is one of the four guys.
Is he?
Well, he's one of the first four names on the cast.
Chad, our version of Wonder Vision 3D will be like I hide in the front row and just throw things at the audience. Actually, physically throw things at them.
I'll have to go look for that again. All right. Well, now we're done with the cast. We're not really, but we don't know them very well. Sorry, folks. Yeah. Zombies! Poop monster.
Good Lord. That's just straight doo-doo.
Yeah.
the guy on the top, especially.
Well, look how clean his shirt is. Yeah, you're right, Jed. I mean, this is. And look, I've been guilty of this myself on quickie productions and stuff, where it's like, I put a lot of effort into all this, and it's like, how could his face possibly get like that and not leave any ring around the collar or just a smudge or something? You could eat off that shirt.
Well, the guy at the bottom sucking the blood out of the intravenous bag there, or whatever that is. That was hilarious.
Yeah,
the way they had it set up, you knew that's what he was going to do. Yep. Sure enough, it's like
this guy looks late stage Incredible Melting Man. You know?
Yeah.
I suppose they figured radiation, but it would. I don't know. What would radiation do to your shirt?
Well, it wouldn't do anything to your shirt, but your face sloughing off on it would do hell on your shirt. I don't know if those stains ever come out.
And it apparently gives you an attitude problem, like the third guy down there. You know.
Yeah.
And then we've got.
What are you looking at?
We got some gore going here.
A little blow out the back of her head.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. That went really fast. I couldn't.
Oh yeah, the shot, and then it flew. I like those.
And that's his wife. Yeah. I ain't wasting time.
Which I kind of admire. You know.
Yeah.
I love my wife. I love you all. But if there's a zombie epidemic and you start like coming toward me with obvious bad intent.
Wait, Bill, it's a rash. Don't do anything.
Don't be. Yeah.
Well, I like the other guy who said you guys are part of the, the guy at the airport that said you guys are part of the evil or the zombies or whatever. But they were standing there talking to him. And that's the one thing the zombies don't do, or the atomic vampires. One thing the atomic vampires don't do is we're gonna get a long letter from Gary about this, I'm sure. Actually. But the one thing they don't do is talk. But they're smart enough to grab a pair of pruning shears and cut the phone line on the outside of the house.
And there were scenes of one would be in the lead and he would turn back and motion for the others to come follow him. But,
over here,
consistency isn't
come on, boys,
strong point.
This way. And then we have more gore.
Right in the eye.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, a little Fulci action. Slitting throats, which didn't make sense, but then he starts drinking the blood. It's like, okay, so that's how you get the blood.
I'm assuming some of the non-doo-doo heads are the ones that were bitten and returned or turned into the.
Oh, there you go.
Whatever.
Maybe.
There you go. You thought this through more than I did. I just thought they were at different stages, but that makes sense. You have the atomic zombies, and then you have the ones that get it from them.
I do like the horror movie trope of, he has some disease or radiation poisoning. It's causing his blood to dissolve. So, of course, he has no choice, no other option but to drink blood, which would not help at all. If your blood corpuscles are bursting and everything, swallowing blood is not going to get that into your veins. That's not how.
Isn't that what the melting man was doing?
Yeah, I think he was. Yeah, right. He was drinking blood to keep from melting.
Stop it.
And our last gore slide.
Another nice headshot.
Look at that look. Yeah.
What did they use for that makeup? Like, it was truly bad.
I really think it was doo.
He's sticking with that theory.
I'm thinking paper mache, paste. And
I'm thinking latex.
It's
globby stuff. And
seriously
then
bad. Like, and I'm not even.
And when they shot him in the head, it looked like it was like they were hitting a can of red paint.
Yeah,
it just seemed like this liquid.
I mean, they clearly didn't research what radiation burns would actually look like, which would be plenty horrible enough if you want to see. You should watch it. Watch Chernobyl on HBO. Just such a great miniseries. But there's a scene where one of the first people to look into the core and you see him in the hospital a few weeks later, and it's brutal.
Yeah, so Hugo Stiglitz is his character is a reporter, right?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
And he goes to the television studio and he breaks into. I just pulled this up because it's just so crazy. He goes in to break into the current programming, which is this.
Yep.
Yes.
And all they do is dance to the music, and the camera goes around, with different.
Well, they're dressed
close-up.
like they used to be. And I can't believe we used to have these types of shows on TV.
I know exactly what you're going to talk about.
Where it's supposed to be an exercise show, but it's actually porn for 12-year-olds.
Well, it wasn't. I don't think they usually were quite that much. At least the ones I remember seeing. They'd be wearing like they weren't suits like that.
That's exactly how I remember it. Actually, was suits like that.
Well, when you're 12, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes. So he interrupts that. He makes a statement. This terrible thing is happening. This plane has landed. The military doesn't know what to do. And here's what it is. Cut. Bring everybody back. They need to be back on. And then the girls come out and start dancing again.
I just want to say, looking at this picture, none of those girls are in sync with each other.
No.
Bob Fosse would have had them flogged and thrown out of the theater.
They are a little out of sync.
They're pretty much
All
all
right.
in their own little world.
Well, I don't know, folks. We got anything else we need to say about this?
Hell no.
This could be a short.
Well,
we got feedback.
We do have feedback.
Do we?
Oh, good.
Yes, we do. And
Calgon, take me away.
Okay, so it's not the best Italian zombie atomic vampire movie ever made, but yeah.
Nightmare City, it ain't great, but if you're a completist of atomic vampire movies, you will need to watch this. All right, feedback. So, first one up is for episode 290, the McPherson Tape. McPherson Tape by Jerry Chandler. Who wants to take the first, Jerry Chandler?
I'll
The
take
first.
the second. I didn't even see this movie, or I wasn't on the podcast.
Oh, wow.
Go ahead, Chad.
All right. Jerry Chandler, who can suck it, says,
What?
I had heard about this movie for years and really wanted to like it more than I did. Tried watching it a few years ago, just couldn't get into it. I'm amazed by the story your guest Michael told. I might have thought this was real footage when I was still in single digits. Hell, half the 70s UFO encrypted documentaries from the 70s seem totally legit to me then, even if I look at them now and think they're laughably bad. But there's no way I'm thinking it's real as a late teen, and there's no way the skeptic I started becoming in my late 20s and beyond is falling for this being real. I don't know how some other people could, but then I'm still at a loss as to how people can believe in structured water and spend a small fortune on it. As a piece of history, it's interesting and should be seen by those who are interested in the progression of found footage as a genre. As just entertainment, it's not one of the FF films, found footage films, I can recommend to people.
Okay, anybody got a short description of structured water?
I think it's like the what is the homeopathy or whatever, where people like dilute things repeatedly until there's virtually no chance that there's anything in there, but they think the water has memory.
Yeah, I see a thing here. You can make structured water by creating a vortex using crystals or exposing water to sunlight. And why would you do that?
Boy, water's like the simplest thing ever. I don't know.
Hexagonal water refers to the theory that water molecules can organize into specific hexagonal clusters.
Yeah, we call them snowflakes. But
proponents
What?
claim this
Oh,
occurs
yeah.
naturally in places like springs, blah, 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 blah. Oh, and claims of its health benefits. There we go.
It's basically a way to sell water to people.
All right. I appreciate it, Jerry. I'll keep an eye out for that structured water. And we're kind of with you. The McPherson tape was a totally rough thing, but there wasn't as I recall, there wasn't anything exactly like that back then. That was sort of the start of those. All right, episode 298, Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, from Manny Lamont. Crystal?
Yes.
Did you take that one?
Uh-huh. Oh, God, my glasses. Glad this film has been reviewed. Understand it's not for everyone. It is what it is. I would consider Come and See a much better film to be a horror film in some ways, but it's a film I can't watch again for reasons that I find war films disturbing, ones that are realistic. I'm agreed. Yeah. Anyway, Henry is one of those films where you hate it, love it, or find it somewhat okay. I like this film mainly for Rooker's performance. I did think that it was a more accurate portrayal of a serial killer, or as accurate a film could get.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh God, everyone's so quiet.
No, appreciate it. I was looking up.
Yep.
I was looking up Come and See. After finding an
what
old
is it?
rifle, a young boy joins the Soviet resistance movement against ruthless German forces and experiences the horrors of World War II.
Oh, see, yeah, I'm weird too about, like, I don't love super realistic, that's why I watch horror, because it is most of the time so unrealistic.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why it makes me laugh.
People keep coming up with movies I feel like I got to see, and I got to write them down.
And you gotta get the Blu-ray.
Now, Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. Bill Mulligan on Jerry Chandler.
Jerry Chandler says, I was almost laughing at some of the things Crystal was saying, almost, about expectations versus reality with the movie. I saw both this movie and Texas Chainsaw Massacre well after the release dates and experienced the WTF factor of trying to figure out why the movies were talked about as so over the top and gory. Amongst other things, Henry, like Chainsaw, is a masterclass in disturbing the audience so thoroughly that their minds do way more work at creating what's on the screen than what's actually been put up there on the screen.
That's true.
And that is so true. That's why I was saying, I was like, I had kind of been like, oh God. And it was nothing.
Right.
If you guys remember when we did The Hitcher, the cinematographer said he was sitting on a plane next to a woman, and she asked him what he did, and he said, "Oh, would I know any of your movies?" "Oh, well, I made The Hitcher." And she was just madder than hell at him for having that scene where they showed Jennifer Jason Leigh getting pulled in two.
Right.
And he goes, "That we didn't show that." "Oh, you absolutely did."
Oh, now she's really mad.
And I love how people. Let me tell you, one of the most ignorant things that people do, and I see it all the time at conventions, is they tell people what they did, even though the person is saying, "No, that didn't actually happen." And it's like, no, you did it. Well, no, I would have admitted to that if I had, but I did. It's wild how people will create their own reality based on their imagination. It's kind of fascinating.
Good point, Jerry.
Yep. Wait a minute, where was I? I came to it late, almost 10 years after its release. It was damn near impossible to find unless I was willing to buy it sight unseen. And even that was a problem with a few stores that wouldn't even order a copy of some movies for individual sale based on the rating. It was the late 90s before I saw it, and only because there was still a mom and pop rental place in St. Pete whose proprietors were a little nuts and liked the really out there films in sci-fi and horror. So I had a good 10 years of hearing about the exaggerated legend of the film before seeing it. I kind of agree with Chad about the movie, although I obviously like it more than he does. This is a brutal movie. It is disturbing. It's violence and inhumane suffering that feels more real in its depiction than the average horror slasher and glamorized serial killers. Despite really liking it, I don't pop this one into the player all that often. This is one of those films I watch for the performances in it and the power in the filmmaking. It's fitting that you brought up Cannibal Holocaust because it's another film I say this about. Everyone should see this movie at least once. It's an example of the power that film has to move you and disturb you. A lot of people say film done right should make you feel something, and even if it's a gut punch, this one makes you feel something. The movie ratings board system, I won't write what I want to write. Whoever is rating this will use up the next 3 years worth of the show's allowable swear word allotment if I do.
By the way,
already did that.
Yeah. Well, and that if you didn't hear that episode, Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, suffered a lot under the movie rating
Mhm.
system with an X rating, even though in terms of what it actually showed, it was not anywhere near an X rating. So
Yeah.
that's where he's getting at. And then we talked about these.
Let's see. And I guess we talked about AI review videos. I hate the sudden explosion of AI review video channels on YouTube. I hate it even more than that damned YouTube algorithm is shoving them at me by the truckload.
Absolutely.
Mispronouncing names. I started watching one that before I realized it was AI. I got so confused while data scraping that it created a completely non-existent TV movie that it swore was a hugely popular, much in demand for home release film. I can't stand AI. I'll tell you, if we're into history too, it doesn't take very long before you get just inundated with these what Hitler said when he realized that Italy was
right. Yes.
And
So what
it's
pisses me
narrated
off-
by
Yeah, like Sean, does the AI search and he takes that top AI thing as truth, and I'm like,
No.
look up the truth, and it's wrong so many times, so
So
much wrong, and I'm like, babe, that's not true.
Now,
look,
I
it's
don't
the-
know this for. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, that's it. Just
Well,
like,
my
don't
grandkids
finish.
told me I was bitching about AI to my grandkids, and they said that the best way to use it is to ask it to find a source that will tell me about this or something.
Oh, that's probably
That is
very
wise.
true. Yeah.
But when you ask it for specific information, who knows? Because I tried it very early on. I've told this story many times. I told it to write a blog for one of our one of the classic era things, just to try it out. Write a blog for the webpage for this horror movie podcast, for this movie. It wrote this blog out, and it had a person listed in there that wasn't in the movie.
Yeah.
And there was another time I asked for data about something, and it gave me information that was wrong. It was exactly flipped, so
it was pulling everything from Wikipedia then.
Well,
it would be more accurate if it did. It kind of searches until it finds the answer, then it spits that out and has more and more crap.
Well, I know they're
put
getting
out there on the web. It's more likely to return crap, and yet lawyers are using it for actual court cases until the judge, it's like, I don't think there was a case called Godzilla versus Biolante or whatever. And they get in huge trouble, as they should.
I just saw a thing about that where somebody created an AI video or audio, and it was supposed to be a sound, like a voice message that Trump left for Pam Bondi about Jeffrey Epstein, and it said a bunch of really incriminating things, and a whole bunch of sources started picking it up, and at some point somebody picks it up and thinks, this guy, actually it was Snopes traced it back all the way back and found out who did it, and the guy said, no, I just do AI videos. I don't try to sell it as reality or anything. I just I don't know if he labels them then, but then somebody shares it and it's no longer.
I mean, how many times on Facebook do you see someone post something, you're like, wow, I can't believe this wasn't in the news, and then it's like, well, because it came from a site that says at the top, this is a satire site.
It's not in the news. All right.
And it's only the tip of the iceberg.
Yep, it's only going to get worse before it gets better. But hey, one last thing from Jerry. Nightmare City, the movie that proves you don't actually have to figure out an actual ending to make a film. Pretty sure Stephen King grew up loving that ending and thought it was a great concept for ending stories. Ooh,
very true. Burn
draws blood.
Oh, now okay, you got to tell me what stories am I missing where he did that?
Every book he ever.
I never
Stephen King's
Stephen King book where he goes, I woke up and it was all a dream.
Well, his endings aren't exactly his strong suit.
No, they aren't as strong. Like, I don't know that he's ever done It's a Dream thing, but boy, some of his endings are a little dire. Let's just put it this way. They're never going to actually show the ending of it, no matter how many times they remake it. Thank God.
Well, people will hate me for this, but I thought, and I probably have these numbers wrong, but my memory is it's like 1,130 pages long. And I thought the first 1,000 pages were absolutely phenomenal until he got to the cosmic spider in the sewer. And then it just was totally off the rails. I just didn't. Anyway, it has come to mean more since then through the other movies. And that
he was a coke head back then too.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, well.
All right. Well, the thing that I spent a bunch of time pulling up, guys. So our friend Dennis Lancaster, who makes a lot of comments, and I played this on, I think it was Classic Era. I had some surgery. This would have been like a month ago, probably. And he was on the mend, and he has a company where he made mascots, and they used to do shows, and he did lots of voices. So did you just get nailed there, buddy?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, this is the voice message he sent us, and it's not great content because I couldn't download the format that he sent me, so I had to play it and then record it on my phone and then transfer it over and all that crap. So anyway, here's Dennis wishing us happy Halloween, actually.
Yay.
Greetings, Gruesome Magazine. This is your Uncle Boris speaking, and I certainly hope that you have a wonderful Halloween. Isn't that right, Yetch? Ooh, Dr. Frankenstein, Gruesome Magazine makes me fall to pieces. How do you do, Grue Crew? Me, Wolfie, and Mr. Hyde want to wish you a very happy Halloween as well. Isn't that right, Wolfie? Oh. Hide. Oh, excuse me, invisible man. I didn't know you were there. I've heard that one before. There you go. A Mad Monster Party greeting to the Gruesome Magazine and Grue Crew. My best wishes to all of you, my friends. Take care.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Dennis. We love you, buddy. We appreciate that. So, anyway, way late, it's like 3 days from Thanksgiving before I play the Halloween greeting. So anyway, I think that's it. Plenty of ways to stay in touch.
No.
Thank you.
No, I think, doesn't Chad have to?
Chad has one left. Yes,
he does.
Oh, wait, what? Okay.
On Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, Gregory Crosby.
What I most remember about this, when I saw it on VHS in the late 80s, is my girlfriend turning to me at the end and saying, after a long judgmental pause, well, that was depressing.
Yeah.
You had a girlfriend?
I appreciate that. Oh, my Lord.
Great first date
that
movie.
was
Might
depressing.
be why. Yeah.
That's
So,
fair.
plenty of ways to stay in touch. Thanks very much, Gregory and Jerry and Manny. And I think that was it.
And Gregory's ex-girlfriend.
And Gregory, yes. Yeah. And thanks to his ex-girlfriend for the comment, too.
Yeah.
Well, she made the whole comment.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. You can make comments by going to the Gruesome Magazine YouTube channel, or you can send comments to feedback@gruesomemagazine.com. Just regular old-fashioned emails. We also have a Facebook group, etc. We also have a Patreon group, and for a couple dollars a week or a couple dollars a month, you can get episodes of Decades of Horror the day after we record them. Normally it's about 2 weeks before they go public, so you'll get them right away. And we've also done some other special deals. We did a complete series on each episode of Kolchak the Night Stalker, and we are currently just starting out on the same thing with Night Gallery. Ta-da!
Yeah.
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
So check us out and join Patreon. Well, that's it for this episode, but every 2 weeks we'll be focusing on a specific film released between 1980 and 1989. Next up, it's going to be episode 300.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
That's
my.
crazy. And so what are we doing?
We are going to do like we did in Classic Era in the 70s. We're going to do each host pick their favorite movie for each year of the 80s.
Oof,
Oh,
it's gonna
okay.
be rough.
And then we'll just kind of go through those. And what we said before is don't pick like the biggest one. Pick your favorite that maybe not that many people know about, that you'd like to get out there, if that makes sense.
So maybe we have like a Mount Rushmore of acknowledged classics that would probably
Well, I
dominate
would
that
have to
year.
say like Nightmare on Elm Street,
John Carpenter's The
is
Thing.
out. Well, I don't know if Chad will allow that, but
it will be on my list.
Okay. So we're not going to be too hardcore about that, but we'd rather. What are movies you discovered, maybe even in the podcast, that you want to make sure other people know about? Whatever, however that works. All right. Catch us again here in 2 weeks for another great horror movie of the 1980s, as only decades of horror can do it. Yes, episode 300. Say good night, everybody.
Good night.
Night, everybody.
See ya, pal.
Gruesome Magazine.